Hey guys, welcome back to some more reviews. I'm Horrorboy Fortress 5, aka Nate Murphy, the Explorer 4 here. Welcome back to some more reviews. And today we're reviewing a decent slasher film that I had a lot of fun with. It's definitely a decent, pretty decent slasher film. And that is trying to make sure that I can get the DVD cover in here. And that is Chopping Mall. Now, Chopping Mall came out in 1986. It's a 5.6 on IMDb. Written by Jim Wynorski, or yeah, Wynorski, and apparently he directed another movie in this horror pack. He directed 976 Evil 2, which is a sequel to the Robert Englund film with, I believe, Evil Ed from Fright Night. So yeah, you got that sequel in there. But Chopping Mall is a part of this eight movie horror movie pack, which comes with Waxwork, which was pretty. It was okay. I liked it. It was okay. Like I said, 976 Evil 2. I don't know. I haven't even seen the first one. Ghoulies 3. Ghoulies Go to College, which I haven't seen the Ghoulies movies. It comes with Chud 2, which I heard a lot of bad things about Chud 2. Class 999. The Unholy, Chopping Mall, and the uncut version of Slaughter High, which I want to give a watch. But yeah, it's a pretty decent pack. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know about the Unholy. I heard a lot of bad things about Chud too. Ghoulies 3. I haven't seen Ghoulies. 976 Evil 2. I don't know. But it comes with Chopping Mall, it comes with Waxwork, and it comes with a movie that I'm interested in seeing called Slaughter High. And I might also give the Unholy a watch. And I want to watch Chud 2. The same with Ghoulies 3. I want to watch, and the same with 976 Evil 2. I want to watch the first movies. Well, the movies before. I want to watch Ghoulies 1, Ghoulies 2. I want to watch the first 976 Eve 1. I want to watch Chud before I watch the sequels. So I'll save the sequels for later. But I might give. I believe Class 1999 is actually. I think it's. Is it a sequel? I don't know if this. I can't remember if it's a sequel or. I think it's. I don't. I don't remember. But I'll definitely give the Unholy a watch just to give it a chance. And I'll definitely give Slaughter High a watch. But Chopping Mall, which is right there, Chopping Mall. Now, Chopping Mall is a pretty decent slasher film that I had fun with, and I thought that it was definitely an above average slasher film. There's still some problems with it though. There's still some things that I had issues with though. But I thought that overall it was very fun, very entertaining. But there are problems, but I feel like overall it's a pretty good slasher film. Now, Chopping Mall, like I said, directed by Jim Wynorski, who directed 976 Evil 2, another sequel in this DVD pack. And I know he directed a sci-fi movie called like Cobra Gator, and I think he's doing nothing but, well, I mean, he's doing like it looks like sci-fi movies now. Sci-fi movies, and I'm seeing a lot of things on here. It look like porn, but I'm not sure if he makes porn now. But he directed Camel Spiders, Piranaconda. See what I mean? It's just a bunch of sci-fi stuff. Vampire in Vegas. Vampire in Vegas. Is that really? It's got Tony Todd in it. It's a 2.3 on IMDb. Wow. Wow. But he did make 976 Evil 2. He made Munchie, The Lost Empire, and Sense of Desire, Dinosaur Island, Hard Bounty, Victim of this. Oh, I already said that, I think. The Assault. Really not any movies I've really heard of. But I feel like he did a decent job with this movie. I feel like the movie, some of the good things about this movie is that I do think though that the mall setting is great. I love the totally 80s mall. It's so fun to watch. The music is pretty good. I really enjoyed the music. Fun 80s score. The movie is really totally 80s, which I can have a lot of fun with that. It's got some decent practical effects. Although there's not really a lot of gore, there's one scene that's really gory, but the rest of the death scenes are just, they're okay. And that's the other thing is that the death scenes, they're really not too gory. They're just, kind of basic sometimes. But there is one death scene I gotta mention later on, which was freaking awesome, which I'll get to later on. But I do feel like the cast did a decent job. To me, they didn't feel like they were those typical teens you see in horror movies or slasher films that get killed off one by one. That ends up happening, but I feel like they gave them more. They gave the teenager in this movie. They gave them brains. They gave them knowledge. They gave them to the point where they can they actually get like machine guns and M16s and stuff like that and guns and this one character grabs a propane thing and throws it and shoots it and it blows up one of the robots. And I love the idea of the killer robots. Just imagine Wally from Hell. It's Wally from Hell. It really is Wally from Hell in this movie. And there's 3 robots, which I'll get to in the plot in a second. But I enjoyed the totally 80s killer robot. Such a fun idea. And the movie is very fun. I mean, the great montage at the beginning of the movie of people in the mall. It was funny. It was really funny. It's definitely also got some really good humor in the movie as well. But for some reason, the movie is an hour and 17 minutes long, but it drags. Believe it or not, it drags sometimes. At least for me, it drags sometimes. Because you got certain points in the movie where the teenagers, they stop in a store for like 10, 15 minutes of a scene. And I'm like wondering, like, why did you stop? Why aren't you trying to get to this control? Because they pretty much come up with this plan to go to the control room at the end of the movie. So I was sort of wondering, I'm like, why do you keep stopping? They stop at like 2 stores. I think maybe 1 store, but I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 stores they stop at for like a 10-minute scene, 5 minutes. I don't know. It just went on a long time when they stopped. And and I don't know, it just got slow at times. They stopped in certain stores, they would stay there for like 10 minutes of the scene. I'm like wondering, like, why aren't you trying to get out of there and go to the control room? If I get the robots are outside, but well, they are outside, but they're not like chasing the kids. I mean, they are, but they're not. They don't really know the kids are in the store. So I'm wondering, like, why are you just sitting in the store? Why don't you just go to the control room? But it's a slasher film. I mean, I get that. I get that. So I don't really. It really is a nitpick. I mean, it's a small problem, but I do get slasher film. But there's that. Also, I really don't honestly remember too many more problems besides the pacing. Also, like I said, the practical effects, I mean, they were good. It was practical, but the death scenes were kind of basic. They really weren't anything too different than, your average slasher film. Some of them were really inventive. Some of them were just sort of basic. You don't really see much. But there is one death scene that was awesome. And pretty much what the plot is about is you got this mall is getting basically a security update. And basically, what comes to security is at midnight, the mall pretty much shuts down. These doors shut and they won't open, and nobody can get in, nobody can get out. And also, there are these 3 robots. And like I said, they look like Wally from Hell. And I believe they're called Deathbots. I think they're called Deathbots or something like that. But you got these 3 robots. They're programmed to be security for the mall. And they got really cool gadgets. They got like tasers. They got like lasers, which is kind of dangerous. But they got lasers that can cut through metal and stuff like that. They got all kinds of weapons. And one day, a lightning strike hits I think the power to where the robots were charging on. And pretty much this lightning strike hits this power and electrocutes the robots. And the robots sort of, they go haywire. They go crazy. They start killing people in the mall. And, at first, you get actually a cameo from the guy from Child's Play 2 who played the stepfather in Child's Play 2. You got a cameo by him. And the robots are shooting lasers into people. I mean, that one guy that made the cameo in this movie from Child's Play 2, actually, I think he actually, I can't remember, I think he got his throat slit. I can't remember. I don't remember being, like, too much of a special kill. But I do know that it's either that or lasers or something. I really can't remember. That's why I said that the problem with this movie is that the death scenes really aren't that memorable. They really aren't. They're kind of basic. You know, they use their lasers. They'll shoot somebody with lasers. It's like, all right. But like I said, I'll get to that one very, very awesome death scene. But pretty much, the robots kill a couple of the security guards there. They kill a janitor who's actually also the guy from Small Soldiers. He was the guy who ended up giving the toys. Who ended up giving the toys to the store. He also has a cameo in this movie. Um, Garrett Graham is actually the guy who was from Child's Play 2. And, you know, it was a fun cameo. You got him, and trying to see what the guy's name was. I can't remember his name. But apparently you also got a cameo by Angus Scrimm, Dr. Carrington. I didn't even know Angus Scrimm was in this movie. Holy crap. But you do have that guy, I think his name is Dick Miller. Yeah, Dick Miller from Small Soldiers, Terminator, Gremlins. So yeah, you got a cameo by Dick Miller. You got a cameo by Angus Scrimm, which I have to watch the movie over again. I didn't know he had a cameo in this movie. And you got a cameo by Garrett Graham, so you got some pretty cool cameos. And basically, there are these teenagers working at this mall. They want to stay after hours at the mall, and when they stay late at the mall, basically the security robots come out and go crazy on these teenagers. And of course, the mall shuts down. They got to wait till dawn to get out of there. And you know, you would figure that it'd be one of those slasher films where the robots would just go around and kill these people off one by one, and it would get down to one girl or the two leads or something like that. You would figure it'd be like that, but no, they take a whole different route, which I really enjoy. And the characters, they get attacked by these robots. One character ends up getting shot by lasers. Um, you know, a couple of the characters end up dying, but the characters end up getting trapped, but they escape, and some of the characters go through the air vents, and they try to get out as well, but they don't try to get out, but they try to get through the air vents to try and get, I believe, to the parking lot. I'm not sure. But then one of the characters in the vent, she's like, well, because I guess the robots turn up the heat, turn on the heater, so now it's really hot in the vents. So they have to get out of the vents, and you know, pretty much the rest of the characters. And I also really enjoyed the two lead characters, Kelly Maroney and Tony O'Delly, who I believe was Tony O'Delly. I think so. But you pretty much got this one guy who looks like a nerd, pretty much. You figure he'd be the nerd of the movie, but no, he ends up standing up and fighting back. Same with Allison Parks. I mean, you know, at first she doesn't really talk that much. She's kind of nervous, and by the end of the movie, she just, you know, kicks these robots' butts. But yeah, I really enjoyed the two leads. The rest of the characters were pretty good too. You got some really hot chicks in this movie. I'm just saying that right now, really hot chicks. And the characters, they weren't typical to the point where they just get killed off by one without having to fight back. And what I like about these characters is that, you know, they're getting sort of not really Molotov cocktails, but they're getting sort of these, I think, gas canisters with, you know, a rag in them. They work the same way. They get that. The rest of the characters, they go into this gun store. They get M16s. They get Magnums. And then one guy he's even like, "Can you fire these?" Like, "Yeah, I seen Dirty Harry like 37 times." Really enjoyed that. You know, dialogue was pretty fun. And the kids stand up. They try to fight back. They try to shoot the robots. They end up tricking one to the elevator, dropping the elevator all the way down and killing the robot. They end up using propane to blow up this other robot, ends up not killing it. You get that really, really cool. Actually, I forgot to mention this as well. There's a really cool death scene where a character, she's like standing there and a robot fires a laser at her head, and her head just explodes in practical effects. Explodes in gore practical effects. So that was an awesome death scene. But this other character, she gets like, run over by the robot, and she also is holding this the gas canisters, and it catches on fire and it blows up, and she pretty much catches on fire. And I like how the robots, whenever they kill someone, they go, "Have a nice day." It made it memorable. It made them not their typical slashers, which they weren't already. They're robots, but that also helped. Giving them their line like that made it memorable. And a couple of characters end up getting shot by lasers. Some of them get killed off. Down to the point where the characters Allison and Ferdy, they're still alive. They're trying to get to this control room, which doesn't really happen. I mean, they that's what I mean. First, they make this plan to go to the garage, to the vents. It never happens. And then they try to go to the control room, and it doesn't happen. They end up killing the robots themselves. They don't go to the control room. So I was wondering, like, where did that go? But I guess I don't remember them going there. I don't think they went to the control room. But they didn't go to the control room. They end up killing the robots all themselves. So I'm wondering, like, what's the point of even bringing that up if you're not going to follow that, plan? But again, like I said, another just a little problem. But I do like how the robot takes a fire extinguisher, throws it, and you think it kills the Ferdy character, but it ends up coming back at the end of the movie. And pretty much, one of the robots also catches, that they use like a mirror to reflect one of the lasers. And this one character is dumb. I'm going to say this. His character is dumb. It is dumber than a box of rocks, because he literally gets on this thing, this like scooter thing, and rides towards the robot when it's like freaking shocking and stuff like that, and electricity is flowing through it. The guy takes a freaking scooter, goes towards it, and even goes, "Ah!" And then he gets shocked and killed, and then the robot blows up, and you get down to one more robot, and that's where the Ferdy character, he ends up getting like a fire extinguisher thrown at him, and it hits him in the chest. You think he's dead, but he's really not. And then the Allison Parks character, she takes like paint and alcohol and gasoline and stuff and pours it on the ground. The robot goes in there to attack her. She gets out of there. She gets a road flare and, says, "Have a good day." He throws it and blows the robot up. The Ferdy character's still alive. The movie ends. Really good. Really enjoyed that ending. It didn't really say, "Oh, surprise, there's going to be a sequel." No, it was really an ending. Really enjoyed it. But like I said, the runtime sometimes got a little bit sluggish. Even when the kids aren't hiding in the stores and stuff, it still felt kind of slow at times, kind of sluggish. I don't know if it's just me. I just felt like it got kind of sluggish at times. It's an hour and 17-minute movie. I'm not sure why it's sluggish, but for me, it got a little bit slow at times. Also, the death scenes are pretty typical. They're not really that much different. Either they're getting shot by lasers, one girl gets lit on fire, and one awesome death scene is where a girl gets her head exploded in gore and stuff like that. And there's also another death scene where this guy takes like a nude mag, puts it up to the robot, and the robot punches through it. I believe like punches through it like that to his throat. Pretty inventive. That was also memorable. But besides those couple of death scenes, the death scenes as a whole, they really weren't much. They were kind of typical. Acting was pretty decent. It was okay. The way that it was shot was pretty basic. Not really much the way that it was shot. Atmosphere, the atmosphere was alright. It was okay. It really didn't have like a moody atmosphere, but then again, it was meant to have. It was a horror movie with a lot of fun to it. So I don't know. The atmosphere was okay. I mean, the atmosphere of the mall was good, but the mood. I don't know. I mean, just the way that it was shot in general. Just I don't know, kind of basic. But I really enjoyed the idea of taking place in a mall. Really, really cool idea. I love the 80s stuff too. I love the idea of killer robots in a mall. Fun idea. It's a fun movie. I really enjoy it. I wouldn't say it's a classic, but I would say that it's a pretty good slasher film, and I definitely recommend it. But it's pretty good slasher film. I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Pretty fun time. And like I said, it was directed pretty good. Acting was okay. Death scenes were decent. They were, and there was like one, maybe two, and then there was another one. That one, the girl catching on fire. I mean, maybe three death scenes that were good. One was awesome. The other two were just all right. Um, but yeah, Chopping Mall, definitely a good movie. I enjoy it, and yeah, pretty good movie. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review on Chopping Mall, and also I apologize for not being able to make a video in a while. It's just been I've been really busy lately, not been able to really do a lot of videos right now, but I'll definitely try to make some more videos, well, I'll try to make like more and more uploads, as soon as I get time to, but I've been really busy lately, and today I got some free time to make a movie review on Chopping Mall, and I seen it a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed the movie. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review on Chopping Mall, and I'll see you guys on the next review. Bye, guys.